So as a general rule, I try to stay away from politics, worldviews, things like that, because there's no winning those arguments. Everybody's going to have their own opinions about what's best for the world, and everybody has their own opinions about what's best for their family. We have different religions, different races, different outlooks on life. We're all raised differently. So something that's going to help me or benefit me and my family, or that I think is going to be good, may not benefit somebody who has lived a different lifestyle. So I'm going to stick with that rule and not bring up the things that I've seen on Facebook, the things that I've seen on the news, the things that are going on right now. But I do want to address some points in it. First off, why are we criticizing people who are marching? Even if we disagree with what they march for, they are up, they are doing something, they are fighting for what they believe in and what they want. No matter if it's right or wrong, and I can tell you most of the time I do disagree, but they are doing something with their life. So here's what I have to say about it. If you are not willing to fight for it, if you are not willing to die for it, if you are not willing to take this to your grave, don't talk about it. Because what you have to say doesn't matter. It is a waste of time, energy, and breath for yourself and for me and for anyone else that you come in contact with. Because if you are not so dedicated to it that you are going to devote your life to it, it does not matter how you feel about it, because you're going to talk about it for 5 minutes and then you're going to move on. And that's what happens with all of these things that are going on in the world right now. We focus on it for about 30 days, sometimes a little bit longer than that, and then we move on to the next thing. So we are wasting time, resources, breath to complain about things that we really and truly don't care about, because if we cared about it, we would focus on it longer. These people who are up here, who are fighting for this, who are doing these things, they are fighting for something they believe in. And whether you believe it is right or wrong, they believe in it. And hats off to them, because 95% of the human population will not fight for something. They do not believe in anything. You have to devote your life to something. Average is not good enough. And even if it is average, you have to constantly be working toward something. I don't care if you're 16 years old or if you're 60 years old. You have to have goals. You have to have something that you're willing to fight for, and you have to do it. You can't sit around and say, well, you know, they're going to take care of it, so no. Because you know what? I don't care if there are 100 people marching. I don't care what they're marching for. If you agree or disagree, you could be the one person who makes a difference in that. We are too afraid of what people think of us, because whenever we do something, people have opinions. People talk about it on the news. People post it on Facebook. People put us down and criticize us for having opinions and for fighting for what we believe in. So most people won't do it. And that is absolutely ridiculous. The fact that, here's an example. I wanted to be a motivational speaker most of my life. I really thought hard about it for the past 2 years. I always felt like I didn't really belong in this world. I've never found a place that I really fit into. People always criticize me for having opinions, for having a mind. People criticize me for my beliefs. And I was too afraid to do what I wanted to do, because I was worried about what other people were going to think about it. I was worried about what other people were going to say about it. Until finally I got to a point where I said I don't care. Because people are going to criticize me whether I do what I want to do or whether I don't. People are going to put me down whether I'm trying to reach my goals or I'm not. So it's not going to matter what you say or do. It's never going to be good enough for people. People are going to criticize you either way. And that's what I want to talk about. Because if you are one of those people, if you're one of those people who constantly complains about whatever's going on, or complains about what your neighbor's doing, or complains about what's going on the other side of the world, and you're not one of those people getting up to fight for it, then you need to sit down and shut up. You need to sit down and shut your mouth and let other people who are willing to fight for it do it. Focus on what you're doing. Focus on where your life's at. Focus on where your life's going. Because if you don't have dreams and goals that you're trying to reach, then you need to be finding them. You need to be working towards something. If you are sitting around complaining, going to work, going home, getting drunk, you're not working towards a life that you need to be working toward. You're not working toward goals that you need to have. I don't care how old you are. I don't care if you're sitting on your couch right now in your home, retired, you've had your kids, you've paid your house off. You still need to have a goal. You still need to have something, because you're still here, which means you still have something that you need to do. And we need to focus on what we are meant to do, not what other people are doing, not what other people are meant to do. Stop putting people down for doing what they were meant to do. That's what they were put on this earth to do, and that's why they're doing it. They found what matters to them, and they are willing to fight for it. They are willing to die for it. Can you say the same thing? Can you say that you have something that you will get up and you will go and you will fight for until the end? You will push for it. You will talk to people about it. You will devote your life to it. Because those people can. And that's what I got for today. Tell me what you think, guys.